Hello again, welcome back. I'm going to be doing another drawing tutorial today, and this one is going to celebrate Corgi Friday. I'm going to try and do a Corgi video every Friday, or at least a video that is inspired by Corgis. So if you really like Corgis, definitely follow along with me, or if you don't want to follow along, you can also just watch for fun. Thanks for joining me, welcome back, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today's Corgi is Easter themed, so I am going to have an Easter twist. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with the eyes of the Corgi. You can see they're a little bit egg-shaped today. That is not because of Easter. I just am going with a little bit of a different look on this Corgi today. And then I'm going to draw the little white parts that make up the shine in the eye. And then I'm going to also draw a pupil on this Corgi. So I'm just gonna start just like that. I did my egg-shaped oval, I did a little tiny circle, and then I did another circle inside. And what I'm gonna do is this little C shape right here, I'm gonna shade in black. Just like that. And then I'm gonna start off by drawing his nose. Now the nose of a Corgi is kind of a square shape, but it kind of tapers in at the bottom. So I'm gonna start it right in the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to make it come in a little bit and then draw my flat bottom. So you can see it's almost like a rectangle, but each side comes in just a little bit. And then I'm gonna give him some little nostrils, and I'm gonna shade everything kind of black, except those little nostrils, just like that. So I think he's looking all right so far. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give him a little snout looking thing. So I'm going to just draw a little hill above the nose. So that makes it look like there's a snout that's happening in between there. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw my Corgi's mouth. And to do that, I'm gonna make a sideways number 3, but each side is kind of gonna almost make an S shape. I wanna say, not quite an S. So it starts out flat, it goes down in a curve, and then it goes in a curve, and then it goes back flat. So see, it's like a number 3, except the top and the bottom are like kind of flared out like that. And then the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna add a little cheek right there and a little cheek right there, just to make him look a little bit like he's smiling. And then I'm gonna give him a tongue, because what kind of a Corgi doesn't stick their tongue out all the time? Just like that. So now it looks like my Corgi is smiling and his mouth is all done. And I think I'm just gonna add a little bit right here, a little bit right here. So this is just like me adding a little bit of a triangle that's rounded on the bottom. And I'm just gonna shade that in on either side. That's like where your Corgi's mouth would be. Just like that. All right. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and make the top of the head, or rather I'm gonna make the white part that goes to the top of the head. So I'm gonna start up here, just above the eye, and then I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna go in between the eye and that little snout shape, just like that. So I just went down in between the nose and the eye, then around that little mouth point. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, but like mirrored, reversed. And there you have it. Now I have the white portion of the Corgi's face. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw just the very top of the Corgi's head. And I'm gonna stop it right there. So usually what I would do is I would draw the Corgi's ears here and here, but for my surprise, I need to make his ears laying a little bit flat to the sides. So we're gonna make him look kind of like a relaxed Corgi, like his ears are a little bit lower. So I'm gonna have them going down like this. So you see it's almost like it's flat on the top, just with the top of the head. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And you can see how big that is. I'm making these ears really large because I think Corgis are the cutest with their large ears. And that's it. That's it for the ears for right now. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to come right over to the side of the face right here. And I'm going to draw the edge of the face. So I did a zigzag line that kind of curves towards where the chin would be. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And you see it's just a zigzag that curves towards where the chin would be. And then I am going to draw the shoulders of this corgi. So to do that, I'm going to come right in the middle of that zigzag. And I'm going to make another zigzag, just like that. And then I'm going to do another little zigzag on the other side. And I'm going to have to start finishing this white detail right now. So you can see I stopped that white detail, but I need that to go down a little bit farther. And now that I have these details here and here, I can actually complete it. So I'm going to make it a zigzag. And you see I made it like it comes to a point right here. So it's like it's forming a lightning bolt. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And it's forming like a little lightning bolt. And then I'm going to actually add another little lightning bolt over here and one right here. Because on my corgi, he is white right all around here. And then he's got a little black spot right here and a little black spot right here. And that's because he's a black-headed tri-corgi. So he's mostly black with just a little bit of red on him, or the orange color, whichever you would prefer to call it. So now that I have those shoulders, and it looks like I need to move them down just a little bit on each side. There we go. Now it looks a little more complete. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a chest poof because every corgi has a little bit of a majestic chest poof going on. And what corgi would be complete without that? We want to make sure it's there. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of a chin right underneath that tongue. And it's just a little bit of a U shape. Now I need to add the details that are within the ear. And to do that, I'm going to come up from this zigzag that I made earlier. And I'm just going to make it a little bit zigzag that goes up like that. But I'm going to stop just short of the top of the ear because I want to stop right there. And then I want to make the inside of the ear just like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come up from that little zigzag that I had before, stopping just short of the top of the ear. And then I'm going to draw the inside of the ear. And inside of my corgi's ear is pretty fluffy, so I'm just going to add one more little zigzag in there, just like it's the inside. I'm going to add a little zigzag right there. And now it just looks like he has that little bit of fluff right inside those ears. So this guy is looking really, really cute so far. I'm kind of digging his design. What I'm going to do next is my Easter twist. So for the Easter twist, I'm going to give him bunny ears, but I need to give him like a little bit of a headband with bunny ears. So to do that, I'm actually going to move my camera up a little bit so you can see the top of his head a little bit better. And just let that camera refocus really quick. Not sure why it's not. There we go. All right. So on top of the head, I'm going to make this headband first. I'm going to have it come right over the eyes and right up to the forehead, just like this. And I'm just going to have it two-sided, just like that. So it looks almost like I drew a toothpick on either side. Now I want to just give him a little bit more on the top of his head, just so it really looks like it's there. And then I'm just going to shade it black, just so that it doesn't look like it's got all those extra lines in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my Easter bunny ears. So I'm going to just do that there. And that there. And then I'll draw the inside of the ears. Just like that. So now he's looking like he's an Easter bunny corgi. And if I wanted, I could add like a little bow in the middle, or I could add some flowers on this little headband. But for right now, I think I'm just going to leave him this way. I like the way he came out, and I think he's looking pretty cute. To add a little bit more of an Easter twist, I'm just going to add some eggs hanging out right next to him. You can see those are just some curves. And then I'm gonna add a zigzag and some circles. And this one back here would have a stripe right there. And then I'll add another Easter egg hanging out here and right there. And this one's going to be stripes. And maybe this one will be polka dots. And maybe one more over here. And this one will have more zigzags. So now I have got my Easter Corgi. I'll go backwards a little bit so you can see the whole guy. And you can tell he's looking very festive. He's got his little Easter bunny corgi ears. He's got his little Easter eggs everywhere. And if you don't like the Easter eggs, or if you don't like the ears, you're also welcome just to draw the corgi himself. He's pretty cute just on his own. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it useful. And I hope we have some awesome Easter corgis.